Hi, my name is Nikki Quinn, and this is my TQA Phase 4 video on Woodstock. TQA is a nonprofit organization dedicated to studying and finding ways to promote higher training quality standards for horses, and this is the score sheet we are going off of today. Right here for stands to saddle, I gave Woodstock a positive 2. As you can see, he stands pretty well right here, but here in just a minute, he will try to take a step towards me, and then a couple more steps here later on in the video, which is why I only gave him a positive 2 instead of just a positive 3. Other than that, he did beautifully. Horizontal direction for trotting, I gave him a positive 2. Getting him to the point of trotting in a full circle was a little bit of a pain, hence the positive 2. Right here, horizontal direction trotting, again, this is just the opposite direction. He does really well again, but here in just a second, he will pull his head away from me, and he tries to slow down to a walk, which is why I make him do another circle right there, and also why he only got a positive 2. Is horizontal direction for loping. I made him do a really big circle here because getting him to the point of loping was quite a pain, but once we did this big circle, it was beautiful, hence the positive 2. Right here I have stage 2. Stage 2 is pulling the horse in a reverse motion using their hindquarters. I gave him a positive 2 overall for walking, trotting, and loping, as well as standing. Because for the most part he did a good job, but he could have been a little bit more reactive in my opinion. So that's why it's not a positive 3, but overall he did really well, and I am super happy with it. Up next we have stage 3 off the fence. Stage 3 is moving the front and hind legs together in a lateral motion, aka side passing. I gave him a positive 2 on this. He did really well. Right here we have stage 4 / rollback. I gave him a positive 3 on this because he did beautifully. Stage 4 is pivoting on the inside hind foot and moving the other feet around it. I also put the / rollback because he does do a little bit of a rollback here rather than a pivot. Either way, I'm super happy with the way he did it. I gave him a positive 3. Right here we have a rollback on the fence. I gave him a positive 2 because he does pretty well both directions, but he was a little bit lazy, kind of pushing his front end over. Right here we have vertical direction, walk, trot, and lope. So as you can see, my hands are together on the base of his neck, and I have a little bit of tension in the reins, but he gives himself the relief whenever he brings his head down as I want him to. I gave him a positive 2 on this. He really did super well, but he does try to pull his head away just a couple of times, hence why it's not a positive 3. Up next we have lope outside in a straight line. I only gave him a positive 1 on this. He does slip a little bit here. It's just not why I took his grade away, because he was able to get back up into a lope. It was mostly because he was trying to pull to the left really hard and I had to overcorrect on the reins, which was a little inconvenient. Right here we have stand to get on. I gave him a positive 3. He doesn't move. He does great. Right here we have track / rope the dummy. I only gave him a positive 2 because he is kind of being lazy about tracking the dummy, and I had to keep putting his head back onto the cow and back up to the cow's left hip. He does pretty well though for the dally and for reversing. So I was happy with that point, which is why I gave him a positive 2. have pulled the dummy, I give him a positive 3 on this. He does super duper well, is listening to all of my commands even though you can't see my hand too well. Overall, he just did great, so I was really happy with this, which is why I gave him a positive 3. Alrighty guys, after this, that is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you guys were able to learn quite a bit.